Welcome to the Estate Professionals Mastermind Podcast, a podcast for estate professionals who earn more, work less, and make a huge difference in their communities. If you get value out of this free content, be sure to check out probatemastery.com, where you can get live classes, access to weekly coaching, and valuable courses. To learn more, visit probatemastery.com. Now let's jump into this week's content.
Welcome to Probate Mastery Real Estate Coaching Call, free weekly, every week on Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and every other time on either side. I'm Bill Gross at Bill Gross Probate or BillGrossProbate.com on the internet. And I host this call every week to help you build your probate-based real estate sales business as an agent or broker. I'm a practitioner. I do this every day. This is what I do for a living. I got one listing so far this week. I was on a conference call, trying to get a portfolio listed of 10 properties today. And I got 3 or 4 of the hot leads. So this is what I do. It's all probate lead generation. And what we want to do here is how can we help you build your business? This is not about selling you product or service. This is not about selling you product or service you don't have or doesn't work. It's about helping you build your business. It's meant to be participative. We do it on Zoom so that you'll ask questions and we can interact. So if you have a victory, report it. A loss, report it. Lessons learned. Questions, for sure. Feedback of the program. That's what we're here for. Just real quick before we get started, I want to share the where we come from is probatemastery.com. And from here, free weekly coaching call. Click on that. You can sign up. If you're watching this on the Restream, just name, email, phone number, register. You get reminders to come in the Zoom call or replays as well. Separately, we have a Facebook community. Continue the conversation. Click on that. It's the Estate Professionals Mastermind. It has a weekly calendar and other content related to probate. Love to have you participate in that. Separately, I host probateweekly.com. It's a weekly interview format. We do this Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific, though we're changing it August 8th to the morning. Stay tuned for that announcement. But you can register here, and just with your email, you'll get notified. You can also access it on other audio platforms or past episodes. And then separately, I host a probate group, probateweekly.com, where you can post your probate content, get more views and likes. And if you want to see more information from me, go to BillGrossProbate.com and you'll get my link tree with all the different stuff I have going on. Okay, stop the share. Again, it's meant to be participative. You can put it in the chat box. Thank you. No, Tony, not interested. Raise your hand. Unmute yourself. Love to have you talk and share your challenges, problems, victories. Wow. I'm so sorry. I've been battling bronchitis for a week, getting better, but may it sound like it. My voice is, I need to give my voice a rest. I'll be done for the day after this call. Anticipating that there would be a lull in the beginning, I want to share with you one thing to build your business is your mindset. So critical. What do you do every day to improve your mindset? I was talking to one of my team members yesterday, and she said, well, nothing is selling in Tampa. And I said, nothing is selling in Tampa? Well, of course, that's ridiculous. There's over 500 sales every month. There might be less. Maybe there was 800. Now there's only 500. But I said to her, how many do you need to make a living? 1. Okay, so if nobody's selling, there's nobody. But if there's 500, you just need 1. That's a mindset problem, correct? If you're following me, say yes. If you're not following me, say no. If you're AI and just a picture, just stand there and look at me. Don't say anything. You need to work on your mindset. What do you watch? What do you listen to? And what do you read? And if you're not watching and listening to and reading good stuff every day, that's like just taking a shower on the days you want to smell good. Doesn't really work. So I'm going to share with you every day when I wake up, my routine when I get dressed, showered, shaved, all that. I'm always listening to positive material. Today, I listened to an interview with Sean McVay. Now, I'll be honest with you, I listen to more interviews of football coaches than do watch games, because the mindset of these people, most competitive people in the world, Sean McVay, head coach of one-time world champion Los Angeles Rams. But his interview, I'm sharing this with you guys today, was just chock full of great mindset, how he thinks, how the greatest player, maybe the last 10 years, besides Tom Brady, Aaron Donald, thinks. I'd urge you to watch that review. I put it in my Facebook group, Probate Weekly, put a link to it. But you need to have a ready supply of things you watch, listen to, and read to put the good stuff in to get the good stuff out. Because the world wants to convince you you're a loser. The world wants to sell you it's okay to fail. Just take our medicines, just, eat our food, go on our stupid vacations. You're not capable of having a great life. That's what the world wants to tell you. And if you want to have a great life, you got to stand up for yourself and control what goes in your mind, right? You can't even watch, and I don't mean to get political, you can't watch the Olympic Games without the world telling you how life should be. Whether you like it or don't, it has nothing to do with the Olympic Games, right? You don't get to choose to watch just the Olympics and this opening ceremonies now. You'll be subjected to the world's version of life. That's everywhere we go. I remember with the dry cleaners, a dry cleaner sometimes has Mexican League soccer on TV. I don't mind watching that. Sometimes it has CNN on. And I said to the owner, why in the world would you want customers to watch the news while they're waiting to interact with your employees? There's nothing good on CNN. There's nothing uplifting. It might be, again, without being political, it might be true. It might not be true. It might be false news, might be real news. But what it is depressing, either way, at best. On its best day, it's giving you a good reason to be depressed. On its worst day, it's making you depressed when you shouldn't be. So you need to defend what goes in your mind, and you do that by constantly playing good stuff. I'll tell you, as I sit here, I have a computer screen here. I have one here, which is my content screen I'll copy or read from. This one, the third screen, I used to play positive videos all day. Comedy. I love playing comedy. Inspiring stories, interviews. Sometimes real estate education, because I have to be educated. I have to be up on my game. I'm listening to it all day long. So my challenge for you is, what are you doing to improve your mindset? Okay, Reine, you had your hand up from the beginning, so let's get you in here. What's going on?
Sure. I was just going to share, it's kind of a win and a loss all at the same time, and also maybe give your voice a little bit of a rest.
Thank you.
So, and yes, thank you for that little inspiration on the mindset. I've had my TV off for a couple of weeks now, just because I don't want any more garbage in, right? And it gives me more time to do my YouTube videos and some of the other things I've been working on.
Right.
So my win and my loss, you mentioned someone was talking about no houses selling, I think in Tampa. And I had a client who just lost their job up in Minneapolis area, in a really nice area, Minneapolis. They lost their job and told me they needed to, I tried to tell him not to sell his house, but that's what he wanted to do. So I bring him options. I like to bring people options. And in this area, so far, we've adjusted the price. We have not had one single showing on this property. And the last week when I ran the statistics, we've been on the market for 2 weeks now. Last week when we ran the stats, there are 17 houses for sale in this particular zip code. And it's in a nice suburb of Minneapolis. 17 houses for sale on the market right now. And only 2 out of the 17 properties had any showings at all. So there's almost no activity in that area. My mindset is to bring people options. So, and they didn't want to go with a cash buyer, at least not yet. So I was able to get them a really competitive offer through Open Door. And while all the other agents are sitting out there trying to figure out why no one's looking at their houses, why they can't get any offers coming in, my client is trying to decide if he wants to sell or rent, and he's got an offer and he's got a property manager lined up. And so we can find ways to make it happen. It might not always be the one prescription of listing on the MLS, but there are still options out there available if you find them.
Well, I think if you're committed, there's always options.
Mm-hmm.
It's only when you're not committed. I don't know if you guys follow my real estate week on the update podcast, but I like to make fun of the real estate news. It's so lame. And one was buyers are giving up. And they quoted some idiots, I'm going to say this to you guys, from Chester County, Pennsylvania. For 2 years, they were looking, couldn't find anything they liked. Well, if you go online, you'll notice that in 2 years, the average home in Chester, Pennsylvania went from like $650,000 to $800,000. So they just, if they had, instead of renting, just bought anything 2 years ago, they would have an extra $150,000 with which to buy property. The news article wants to make them a victim.
Right.
I would say to them, hey, this is a tough game. It's hard work. Yes, you didn't get the house you wanted right away. My first house isn't the first house I wanted. My first house was married. In a year, made $100,000 on it to buy the house we really wanted. So if you have alternatives like quitting, the world is overwhelming. But to use your word, there's options. And if you're determined, you'll find a solution. Good job. Excellent. Okay. That's what we're supposed to do. That's the mindset. That's just your winning and losing is, what do I have to do to get this done? Not, I get asked all the time. I hate this question. Somebody's asked this question on the call, but what's the easiest way to get probate listings? I don't freaking know. I've worked my butt off. I've lost my voice. I've been on the phone. I had an hour-long conference call with an attorney and a client trying to get 10 listings signed up. I'm on the phone call with you guys. Some of you guys are on my team. I have a national team of agents, 50 agents, trying to build out across the country. Just like football players, they play hurt. I play hurt. Now, I don't do anything that's unreasonable. I'm not contagious. I'm working on my house. My point is I'm committed to my success. I don't need the money. I can retire. I'm loving this game. I'm loving my business. And I want more. I want more money to have a bigger life. So I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. Sarah, I refuse to make a habit of making bad news. It depresses me. You appreciate this. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, like on my phone, I don't have the news. Like if I open Google, I don't have the news under Google. Google wants to trap your brain into their mind meld of depression, so you'll buy stuff from their advertisers. So on my phone, I'll just share with you, I have it right here. I have it on silent mode. Very easy. You just push a little button down. I have the volume turned all the way down. I have no notifications other than at my house, we have a Ring security system. So I do have that. But I don't get any beeps, pops, whistles, bells, nothing. Because I'm in control of my mind, not my phone, not Google, not Apple, not Facebook. You gotta take control of your life. Okay, who has a question, problem, challenge? That's why we're here today. Hi.
Hi. My name is Thomas Copeland, and I want to say hello to everybody. I'm new. I'm new to the probate system. Brand new. I just signed up a month ago. I already have. Thank you. I have a list of subscriptions that I'm already receiving here in North Carolina. And the reason I signed up was because I had tapped into a handful of investors who wanted to maybe purchase those listings from me. But my challenge has been, once I order them, of course I have to buy the subscription first. I buy them and then they're like, I'm not ready yet. I'm waiting for, a closing to happen. There's always a delay. So my question is, can you maybe point me, maybe you've done a webinar on it or it's been on your podcast. the best way to market the leads themselves to investors.
So, are you a realtor yourself?
I am not.
So, what's your role in the process?
My role in the process is a furnisher of probate leads to investors.
Are there investors looking for probate leads?
Yes.
Where are they?
Most of them are in Northern Virginia, but they're definitely out of the area. But they say, for example, the first time I encountered one was he was looking for properties in Danville. I had a piece of land in Danville. I sold the property to him, and he said, "Well, you're close to Guilford County, so do you think you could get probate listings in Guilford County?" And I said, "Sure." So I did, and I signed up for all the leads and subscribed to the Guilford County set of listings.
So let me give you an analogy. I've never been a farmer in my life, though I grew up in a semi-rural area, actually, but I never farmed. I never mowed a lawn. I grew up in California, so I'm pretty much a spoiled prince. But if you want flowers, you can either buy seeds, plant them, water them, fertilize them, take care of them. I imagine 6 months later, you have flowers. Or you can go to the nursery and buy little seedlings, plant them, and they grow out in a month or two. My wife does that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can go to the market and just buy the bouquet and hand it to my wife. So you need to know where on that cycle you are and where you want to be. When I buy flowers, I just want to go to the market and buy them and give them to my wife. That makes her happy. It buys me one day of peace in my house, maybe an hour. For the married men, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, been married. I didn't buy enough flowers. That's why I'm no longer married.
There you go. I buy flowers every Friday for my wife, every single Friday. But in business, I'm the business of planting seeds. It's hard work. Again, I never really was a farmer, but from watching movies, hard work. Out in the sun, you got to take up the dirt, got to put the seeds in, you got to put the dirt on it, the water, the fertilizer, picking the weeds, killing the bugs. So what you're saying, what happens is investors will say to you, "Can you give me a pretty bouquet of flowers?" Well, you don't have a bouquet. You have seeds. You bought seeds from all the leads. So you need to develop a process to take properties from those seeds into flowers that they're going to want to buy. Right? There's a lot of people who will buy flowers. Very few people, nobody wants to buy seeds unless you're committed. Right. So I think what you're at is you're not clear on where you fit in your market, and buying the leads may or may not be the right solution for you to do that. Right? It might, but you have to commit to being a farmer and planting seeds every month and working the field for years to get the results.
Right.
And that is like the process you're on right now. So for the process for an investor, that's a different call. This call is really for realtors. For a realtor, the goal is to find listings and then you bring those to investors. But as an investor, I really don't know how to help you with that. So that's a good question. If all the leads sold you the leads, that's a good question for their call. They do a call, I think, on Thursdays at 10 o'clock Pacific time. Okay. So I imagine that's 1 o'clock your time. So I would go on that call and ask them.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I attend that call from time to time, and they're good, and they've got coaching, and I think they offer like free coaching if you buy the data and all that. So talk to them about that, okay?
Okay, good deal. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, Thomas. Nice meeting you. Welcome. Normally, first-time viewers who make you shave your head. Since you just shaved, we'll have you shave your beard, I think. That would be the proper thing. Okay, Reine, what's going on? We'll bring you back in.
I was just going to add, the way Thomas described himself, it sounded to me like some of the wholesalers that I work with in my area.
Yeah.
And so, if he wants to be in the wholesaling space, the advice I would give him is meet some of the other cash buyers and build a relation, much like you do with the attorney's bill, right? Start building a relationship with some of those cash buyers understand what they're looking for, so that as he's growing those seeds, as you describe it, then he's got the buyers ready to go when items come up that meet their buy box.
The challenge I find with wholesalers like that is they took a class, they know they want to wholesale, they don't have a system or a plan.
Correct.
They don't have a team, and they don't have a leader they're following.
Yeah.
You have to have those three things. You really can't do it. You can't really learn this on your own. So it's hard to give advice to somebody who's kind of wandering. It's interesting that I meet so many like that, and I try to point them to other wholesalers so they at least can mentor and learn and be part of the team and get along. Because again, we all go to seminars told how easy it is. I get an email every day from a competing probate company. Oh, it's really easy. You'll get 1 to 3 listings every month. Are you kidding me? It's easy. It's a lot of things. It's rewarding. I love it. I make a lot of money. It's been life-changing. Proud of what I do. Proud of when I explain to people what I do. Is it easy? It's not easy. So, thanks, Reine. Okay, who else has a question, comment, problem, victory? Anybody? Oh, there we go. Sarah's hands up. Let's bring you in. What's up, Sarah? Let's see her. Get you unmuted.
I'm new.
I thought you're Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
You're new. You're Sarah. You're confused.
That's the best. I'm up in Portland, Oregon. Just getting started in this, and I'm on kind of that verge of, I want to start picking up the phone. I've been cold calling other people, but now I'm like getting to the place where I'm trying to get myself ready to pick up the phone and start calling people. I was just wondering if there's an archive of live calls that are made, or kind of already recorded ones somewhere within Probate Mastery or somewhere else.
No, I'm not aware of any. I know that Bruce teaches on that.
Or if not, maybe you could just kind of help me understand like a little bit of what to expect, so I feel a little more prepared. I feel like, I mean, sure, I can make the calls and wing it, but I'd rather know a little bit of kind of what to expect. Does that make sense?
So I have to be honest, I don't cold call and never have petitioners.
Okay.
So I don't want to pretend I have a solution. I think one of the things that bothers me as a practitioner is I hear people who coach people all day long who've never done what they're coaching successfully.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of cold calling on expireds for sale by owners,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never cold called petitioners. So I don't have anything really to offer other than, I think you'll find your way. Good fundamentals of cold calling. Hang up before the third ring. Don't leave messages. Get to the point. Ask a question. But as far as specific scripting, I don't really have anything to offer.
Okay.
If you're buying the data from alltheleads.com?
Mine are not. I did a different probate certification program and hated it, so I went and signed up for Probate Mastery because I felt like it gave me more.
Okay,
so,
fair enough. So again, I know that it's a great question for you to ask in the Facebook group.
Okay.
Go there. I'll put the link in the chat box and just ask about pre-recorded scripts for cold calling, and I'm sure you'll get some good direction there. How's that sound?
Okay. Any words of wisdom? I guess if you're not cold calling, you started somewhere.
I came into probate having been to business for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I came out of management. I had no listings. I had no leads. I had a database of people I knew. And what I was smart enough to do is, and this is what I beg agents to do, and none of them do it, but I won't give up on it because I know it's the right thing to do, which is start with the people who already know, like, and trust you.
Okay.
So what I did was I took Probate Mastery, and then I started calling my database from the A's, and I got to D, and happened to be an attorney, but not a probate attorney, who referred me a lead that I listed and sold, and then sold her a second property. And I've never gone back to calling even my own database. I don't even call people I know anymore. I only call people who call me, or I'll call people when I'm referring somebody. But that's the power of this. If you really have expertise, the goal is not to be a cold caller. The goal is to be an expert that people come to.
I would love to not be a cold caller.
How long have you been in real estate?
12 years.
So are you sharing your probate expertise with your past clients, center of influence?
I haven't yet.
I know you're not. I know you're not. Let me just share with you.
Yeah.
Rhetorical question. No, you're not. And I know that you don't want to, and I'm going to push you, and you're going to feel you can resist. But I'm telling you, that's the fastest path to business. You're missing out.
So call them.
How long you say you've been in business? 12 years?
12. Yeah.
So your database should be at least 700 people. Names, addresses, phone numbers, emails.
It's 500, and then there's a bunch of leads in there.
How did I know that? Right.
Magic.
I've done this before. And here's the thing, I'll tell you. You learned from your training, and you should call everybody in your current database. Hey, Sarah, it's Bill Gross. Yes, we're both just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to help you in regards to real estate. And you're going to say no. Hey, I just want you to know, I took this great class on probate and how to avoid probate. And I want to share with you just a little tidbit I got. Do you guys have an estate plan? Do you know the value of having one? Right? If they say, yes, we have one, great. Are you happy with the attorney? Are you happy with the plan? If the answer is no, there's a story there. And the answer is yes. Well, great. Can I ask you who the attorney is? Because I have other customers who need a great estate planning attorney. I'd love to meet them and introduce them to my clients. Okay. Everybody's going to give you that name and number. The ones who say no, send them a link to where they get estate planning. A great resource that you all should read, I put it in my Facebook group, Probate Weekly, is the State of Probate in America. So this is a report out by trustandwill.com, and I've promoted this idea nonstop. You all should be learning about probate and share one tidbit with your database. If you go down here, for example, Sarah, do you know the average time it takes to complete probate is 20 months?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and here in California, it's even worse than that. That's a national number. In California, it's over 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so if it so happens you're disabled or, God forbid, pass, your heirs can be in court for at least a couple of years to get the property. Have you ever thought about getting an estate plan? Now, your goal is not to sell them the plan. Your goal is to have a discussion with a friend where you're able to give them information. So again, if you want that document, I just posted it in my website. Where is it here? Did I post it? I thought I did. Let me, hold on one second. Yeah, in my Facebook group, probateweekly.com, you'll see it there.
Okay. I love that. Thank you.
Sure. But I would call me, already before I cold call strangers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So Avi Horowitz asks, what examples of ways to get probate attorneys to pay attention? Avi, I don't know if you want to come on the call, we can have a conversation about this. If you want to unmute yourself and if you do want, if you're available. Because there's different answers for different locations. Hey.
Hi, I was eating, so I didn't want to sound like I'm eating.
Okay. You want to turn your video on? We'll have a conversation on this or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
There you go. So, Avi, where do you sell real estate?
Boca Raton, Florida. I'm brand new. I just passed the real estate exam 2 months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I decided that I would try a niche, a specialty. I sniffed around and I found probate. I was considering divorce, but I was kind of turned off by a couple of things related to divorce, so I landed on this. I took the Probate Mastery course, graduated, got certified. I've been driving around in Boca to law offices, and the filter, the screen, rejects me every time. So the lady that sits at the front desk takes down my number and says, "We'll call you for an appointment," and they never do. So this is the beginning of my process, and I'm not afraid to go every day for a year to a route of 100 realtors. I just like a few good conversation starters to get them interested.
Well, first off, I used to live in Boca Raton. I was married in Boca Raton. I love Boca Raton. So when I was married, the rabbi married us, gave us great advice. I don't know if I follow it. It's great marriage advice. It's also great business advice. He said the key to being the right partner, the key to success in marriage, which is true in business, isn't finding the right partner, it's being the right partner. So a question I would ask you is, what value do you bring to an attorney in Boca Raton, Florida?
So the value that I have is I have a network of many people in construction, investors, various services, to take the person that is the heir, possibly sad, doesn't know how to deal with, let's say, 3 properties, doesn't know never had any experience related to it, and to basically take them by the hand and walk them through it, give them a menu of a few different options, whether they would like to improve the property and rent it, improve the property and sell it, not improve the property and just list it to see if retail buyers would like to buy it, or if they just want to dump it and they don't care about getting less money. But I would be sure to get the message across that when they do that, they're selling themselves short. And I don't recommend that because I don't want my clients selling themselves short, but it's up to them. It's their money.
Are attorneys looking for that particular value?
I ask you, are they?
No, I'm asking you, Boca Raton, Florida. You've talked to attorneys, been to offices. What's the market telling you? Here's the answer.
I've only
the answer is
to secretaries.
Well, that's the first problem. Meaning, if you walked in with something that was of value, they'd find a way to have you talk to the attorney, perceived by them. So here's what I recommend. Before we tell people that we have something they want, we need to make sure we know that's what they want. And the best way is to talk to them. So a couple options. One is, I know Boca's in Palm Beach County. Where do probate cases for customers in Boca get heard? In Boca, in Palm Beach? What city?
In Delray and in Palm Beach.
Are you sure?
Yes, I went to the Palm Beach courthouse. I went into that area. And then I know that there's another spot in Delray. I haven't visited there yet.
Okay. So in Los Angeles County, we have the main court in LA County, and then we have a secondary court way out in Lancaster, has very few. But so one thing I would say is go to court because there's attorneys there, right? They're going in and out of the courtroom. There's probably a computer room somewhere, or a copy room, or a file room, or a something room where there's administration of some sort. There's a coffee shop or a snack bar or something there. Also, people milling around outside the courtroom before the court gets called in. And so what I did was I literally went to court. Now in LA, we have probate court every day, 5 days a week in 9 different rooms. I'm guessing that's not true in Boca. But whatever is true, you should be there. So I was talking to a gal recently where in her court, they only met one day a week on Thursdays. So I said to her, well, if I were you, every Thursday for the rest of my career in probate real estate, if they open 8:30, I'd be there at 8:15 with a Starbucks in my hand. Because if you went, why did Willie Loman rob banks? That's where the money was. So to me, going to court is an obvious answer on how to meet attorneys, get a conversation with them, invite them to breakfast, invite them for coffee, invite them to lunch, and ask questions. What are they looking for? What would it take to earn your business? And I can tell you, I've talked to a lot of attorneys, I've asked them those questions. While I know the realtors who have your value proposition, I've never had an attorney tell me they care. Now, when they have one listing, they might care. But that's not what they're looking for to start the relationship. So you have two choices. You can either blanket every attorney with an obscure offering. I don't mean to put down your offering, but it's obscure. It's only of interest to some attorneys once they have a case. Or find some other offering that's more generalized, i.e. how it can help you build your practice or help you save money or help you get more business. That's more generalized to more people. You have to decide how you want to approach that. But I would urge you to go to court regularly and know the answer. You should know, well, in Boca, they meet Tuesday and Thursday. Here's the times. And in Del Rey, it's these times. I happen to know that Boca and Del Rey are near each other. I don't believe they would be those two courts. That doesn't sound right to me. But anyhow, whatever is true, I would go there regularly, number one. And number two, as far as going to attorneys' offices, you're a new agent, so you don't have a database. What have you been doing before real estate? What was your business?
I own a car business in Chicago. I have 10 used car lots and a finance company in Chicago. I took on partners 5 years ago, which gave me the ability to move to Florida and start a new frontier.
Nice. How exciting. So, yeah, that doesn't transfer very well into real estate in Boca. I get that. So I would make sure, though, as you build your business, just like the last person I talked to, everybody goes to your database. As you learn about probate, you share that with everybody, with your attorney, your accountant, your friends, your neighbors. There's business there. But I would say for you, if you want to meet attorneys, I would go to the court. I find out when the court is. Be strategic about it. Second, I would join the local bar association. Not go to the local bar, but the local bar association is where attorneys, their group, as an affiliate, and go to their networking and go to their educational events to learn about probate, and you'll meet attorneys there. And the more attorneys you meet over time, the more business you'll get. Does that help a little bit?
That helps a lot. I want to share with you one other thing. I created this. You would tell me after you open that electronic business card, the little description about what I do, if you think that that's sufficient.
Well, I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. You're going to have to talk to people face to face. The business card's nice, but you really need to talk to a lot of people. The other thing I might do is in Florida, I know you have real estate investor groups that meet in person. And I might go there and introduce yourself as a probate real estate expert. Now you're certified. And you'll find people come to you and ask you questions about that.
Investors. Yeah, I have a bunch of investors already. I just don't have listings or people to supply me with inventory yet.
I'm just suggesting you'll get investors who will say, well, I'm curious. I have this case where I went to his house and the son wants to sell, but the title is the name of his father and his father died. That's a probate. So you start teaching your investors how to bring you probate leads, and then you take those leads to your attorneys you try to build relationships with.
So backwards. Yeah. So there's an opportunity to buy something, but they have a roadblock. Avi, can you help?
You're in the problem solving business.
Like
Avi, you're in the problem solving business. It's your business. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Okay. Wait, Lee's fine. Cards too broad, makes it sound like you probate on the side. Yeah, I definitely agree. Avi put his electric business card and it has the logo. Let me share this real quick. I don't know. Personally, I would have never read that. Now I know Delray Beach because I also lived in Delray Beach, which is the first city north of Boca. And my in-laws live there. I don't know. Personally, I think it's a lot. You want them to call you at the end of the day. I would make the phone number very easy to hit. I want to talk to people. I don't want them to read my whole bio, but that's just me. Thanks, Reine. Okay, who else has question, problem, challenge? About 40 minutes in. My voice is going to last, I think, through the end of the hour. Barely. Anybody else? Norville, you're watching intently. What questions do you have? What victories do you have this week?
No specific questions really, Bill. I am just getting going. I got a call today, but the gentleman that called me really, I don't think I can really help him because apparently I think it was his aunt that passed away, but he did a quick claim to a cousin of his. And he called me asking, really if there's anything that I could do. And I didn't think there was a lot that I could do in that instance, since he's already done a quick claim. Now, I haven't reached out to the cousin as yet, but the cousin is the personal representative. But the gentleman calling me, he was just a little bit despondent that he had done a quick claim deed to the cousin. And that was the situation I had this morning.
There you go. So, but how many phone calls like that would you like to have a day?
Well, you always say that the more conversations you have,
Yeah,
is the better. So as many as possible. But
yes.
Of course, you want conversations that ultimately lead you in the right direction. But every time that you have a conversation, you want to be able to offer some assistance.
So, for example, this lead, did you get their email address? Are they in your email database now?
No, I have his phone number, but I'll call him back. I told him I would do a little research and I'll give him a call back. So,
are they in your social media? Are you on Facebook or LinkedIn or?
I'm on LinkedIn, but I'm not doing a lot of posting right now. I need to get my YouTube up and running. That's my.
It's up and running. You're just not.
Right.
It is what it is.
I need to do it.
Yeah, I think for all of us, see, you think that lead you got was worth zero because it didn't become a listing. My experience with those people is you put them in your database, you send them a thank you email, they go in your weekly email database, maybe subscribe to YouTube, and 2 years later they call you back and thank you and list a property with you.
Right.
You're not getting those because you're looking for the immediate transaction only, and you're not treating them as people that you want to build a relationship with. Those are seeds, not bouquets of flowers.
Right. Gotcha. There's another call that I made this morning, and this gentleman, he's living in a different part of Florida. I'm in the Pembroke Pines area, but he has what looks like a manufactured home more than anything else. But I set up an appointment to go see the property anyway on Friday. His wife is living in the property. He's living elsewhere. So that's the other thing that I have going on with that.
Okay. Well, again, if you could get phone calls like this coming in 6 hours a day and just got one listing as a result of that, right? That'd be a good day for you, right?
Right.
So let's make sure we look at these as the signs of progress, not as disappointments.
Yeah, I didn't really look at it as a disappointment. When I looked at the information on the MLS, I saw that it was a manufactured home, but that didn't deter me. I still said, well, I'm going to schedule an appointment and go and look at it properly, and hopefully just establish a relationship one way or the other.
With everybody who calls you, they got to go in your system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I offer coaching calls to agents. I'm trying to build a team. I don't make outbound calls. People recently call me. They go in my system and I get their email and forever stay in touch with them. Right. Because that makes the phone call valuable. If I just answer their questions, they hang up, I've just wasted my time, probably.
Correct.
So we're building relationships, okay?
All right, great. Thanks.
Thanks, Norville. Thanks for jumping in. Okay, who else has a question, challenge, problem? Anybody else? No? Bueller? Anybody old enough to know what that reference is? Okay. Yeah, two people my generation got that one right away. And the rest of you younger people, yeah, I don't know. You young people, I reference movies you guys should watch, and you always look at me like, man, that's like Gone with the Wind old. No, it's not that old. It's worth watching. Okay, anybody else? Not seeing any hands. Let me do a quick recap on our resources, and then if nobody has anything else to offer, we'll just call it a wrap. ProbateMastery.com is the website. ProbateMastery.com. And this is our free weekly coaching call. We do this every Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. You can sign up, name, email, phone number, register, and you'll get links to watch it live on Zoom or YouTube. It is recorded, so you can catch the replays. You get a reminder of that as well. From Probate Mastery, also, there is a link to our Facebook community, which is a Estate Professionals Mastermind. Ask questions there, and you'll see some good engagement. Learn about other products and programs that we're running. Lastly, there's free coaching on the call. I'm sorry, free coaching on the website. Probate opportunity, probate marketing, probate prospecting. And if you like that, when you get certified to learn more, enroll in Probate Mastery. A couple different payment programs and bundles and such. And you can also talk to a specialist. So again, if you're interested in more, great. You're welcome to be in this call without that. Love to have you participate. This is meant to be participation time. This is meant to be free coaching for you to help you build your business. Now, separately, I host probateweekly.com. Probateweekly.com. Just register there with the email address, register, and you'll get our invitations to our live stream every Thursday. It's an interview format, attorneys, vendors. Scroll down, you get the audio formats or past episodes on YouTube. And I also have a Facebook group called Probate Weekly. And I have some content there I just posted today. Let's see. There's a good question James asked. There's a good book. I posted, I think, great content on a report on probate business. And I posted an interview, a good mindset interview. And then if you want more from me, BillGrossProbate.com. And this is my link tree there, BillGrossProbate.com. Okay, let's wrap up here. Any other questions? I don't see any hands up. I don't see the question. Oh, there's a hand up. Avi, just bring you back in.
It's me again. Okay. I go to the courthouse. I strike a conversation. I got to offer them something. At the moment, I have two people that don't have estate planning, so I would offer that to them, but I only have two people. And hopefully I'll run out of people to offer in the next court date that I find out when the date is. What else should I offer them that others don't? What are a few ideas that you have?
Well, I think you have to do an analysis of what your strengths are and what you think the market needs, that you believe in. So go back. If you have two people in the estate planning, why not create more? Why not do social media on estate planning and the importance of it. Call your whoever you know, ask them if they need it, so you can create a flow of that. But as far as what attorneys need, look, there's a wide variety of types of attorneys, just as there's different types of realtors. Some want help with business development. Some really want help with probate. How do you bring help? Many attorneys do one probate a year. They do a lot of other work. And if you're truly an expert in the process, then you can help them. That's what I do. I would say that would take some time for you to get there. That would take you going to court every day to learn how to do what I did. So for now, I just think meeting people, I would invite them to coffee or lunch. I find almost every attorney will agree to coffee or lunch and just meet them personally, have a relationship with them personally. I think that's a great place to start. And at lunch or coffee, ask them questions. What would help you with your business? What are you looking for?
Yeah, I would be happy to work, do things for them for nothing, because it's developing a relationship. I don't have to get paid immediately. Over time, developments and networking evolve.
Yeah.
So
I would say
that's what I would.
You wouldn't invest in a relationship. Great. What do they need investment in? So, for example, when they might be doing a estate planning webinar, maybe you want to run ads to their webinar in exchange for getting a list of all the registrants, so you can call and follow up with them. For example, this is a little longer conversation, and it gets a little more personal. So I have to kind of ask you some questions a little more personal than I'm comfortable on a public forum. But I think you're asking the right question. What value do you create for those attorneys? And I would say go meet some, ask them the question, what would they want? And come back here next week. Let's talk about it a little more. Okay?
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Avi. Okay, I think we'll call it a wrap. I'll see other hands up or questions. Thank you, everybody. This is Probate Mastery's weekly real estate agent coaching call. I'm Bill Gross at Bill Gross and Probate, BillGrossProbate.com. Join us at ProbateMastery.com to sign up for this call, for content, and sign up for the Probate Mastery certification program. Continue the conversation at the Estate Professional Mastermind Facebook group. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thank you so much.